DC the Dawn with God Level. Okay, curious to see how this goes. I have discovered that DC the Dawn has a very dedicated fan base, so I can respect that, alright? No matter what video it is, they're in the comments telling me to listen to the Rebirth album. So I appreciate the strength of the fan base now. Does that mean I'm going to like the song? Who knows? We're about to find out. I don't think this one... Oh, this is from Rebirth. Okay, this is track number 7 on Rebirth. UGM is saying, doing 2 more. Hope you enjoyed them. Let's see. Let's see if I do. DC the Dawn. God Level. Let's go. So it's just like the music video intro here. It's an interesting concept, Looney. Could come back to bite me, though. People send in the worst requests they can think of for those ones.
Yeah, is this not a...
Pass for...
Okay, we got the music video intro.
Is it a rap?
Fucking...
What?
Enjoy your fucking time.
Wonder if that's the beat in the background of this, if that's going to be the beat for the song when we get into it. Oh, feels like Jesus straight away is the feeling I'm getting. And it's called God Level. Interesting.
These niggas don't get it. My wrist need 4-5 minutes.
According to Genius, it's straight up an I Am a God sample.
Swerving in the roads while I'm in it. Flying in the show so I float while I'm in it. I just do the dash from them bitches. If you ain't got a bad nigga, mind your business. You niggas live in disgust. I think y'all wanna fuck.
Wait, see you, Shake. Have fun. I knew you were. I mean, tell me it doesn't sound like Jesus Schmerko, alright? Voice reminds me a bit of the deep voice on EA2. Interesting, yeah. I don't think they're gonna have much fun covering this election, to be honest. Fair point, Tim. All you need is 4 or 5 minutes. Fair enough.
Walking the spot like I'm Gilbert Arenas. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking capiche. You know how I get when I'm back on that E. Don't even mention my name, a little buddy. He fell off for real, he ain't posted in weeks. I see the way that these niggas be moving. He paraplegic.
Who's he referring to there? If it's anybody, it might just be general.
We got bags and freaks.
It's an interesting track.
I think she need a sponsor, cause you never been to Bahamas. She wanna fuck, 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 yeah, she wanna fuck. 4-5 me, 4-5 me, 4-5 me, I need 4-5 me, 4-5 me, 4-5 me, 4-5 me, I need 4-5 me.
Yeah, elements of rage and industrial hip hop in here. Fairly well produced. Interesting track. Interesting track. I think, like, one thing that I would say for this one is I do feel like there are some clear influences. The Kanye influence is definitely big on this one, bit of Travis Scott influence in the vocals and the sort of the ad-libs and the effects, the reverby vocals, all that kind of stuff. I'm interested to listen to Rebirth, because at this point I really don't know what DC the Don's style is, or if he just makes a variety of, you know, different songs and a bunch of different styles. That's what it kind of seems like at the moment, but I have just heard a few tracks scattered throughout this track list. For what it's worth though, I do think Rebirth was not Rebirth, sorry. I think God Level was a pretty fun track. You know, the production here was really cool. Immediately did remind me of Yeezus. With the production, and again, Genius says it samples I Am a God. I don't know if it definitely does, because, you know, anyone can edit Genius, but yeah, I'm curious if it actually is if it actually does sample it or not. But yeah, I think it's pretty solid. It's another one where DC the Don doesn't necessarily stand out to me like crazy as an artist. I think the song itself sounds good, but it's one of those ones that still doesn't have me feeling like, oh yeah, DC the Don is someone to look out for and someone to watch. But I do think it's still a good sounding track, you know? Maybe doesn't feel super individual personally, but still pretty cool. I'm gonna give that one a 7. Still good. Killjoy is saying, not the biggest fan of this one, not gonna lie, the beat is just okay. Maybe I just hate the kind of obvious Yeezus vibes from this one and not the biggest fan of what DC the Don is doing vocally. Fair take, fair take. Kind of reminds me of what Yeet did with 2093 with the kind of wailing sound and industrial percussion. Yeah, that's a good point, Schmirko. You could hear it in the almost like siren type sounds in the instrumental. The drums maybe had a similar kind of punch to them, the industrial drums that you get on stuff like 2083. So yeah, that's a solid comparison too. For what it's worth, I think it's a pretty good song. I've still just yet to hear a track where I feel like, oh yeah, like DC the Don is someone that I really, really need to look out for, but I do appreciate his music a little bit more at the moment. It's cool to hear the influences, I think. So let's see what we get on the next one. We have a second track to follow that up with. At this point, really, I'm just trying to figure out how I feel about DC the Don, and it's kind of, you know, changing and shifting a little bit with each different song. I think listening to the Rebirth album in my own time will definitely give me a full picture of what he's like as an artist. But yeah, I definitely think it will not be a bad listen. Definitely not a bad listen. So the next one is DC the Don, Holy Matrimony. This is the second one here from UGM. Yeah, see, this is another like different sound straight away. Also from the same album. This is also from the Rebirth album. So yeah, let's see what we get. This is clearly going to be a bit of a softer one here. I'm trying to hear another lie. Just keep it to yourself until it's real and come let me know in due time. I said, welcome to the holy matrimony. Like, I'm just trying to ball on these niggas by myself and euphoria. My eyes bloodshot red, rolling up the blunt to kill the pain. So I'm sorry I'm ignoring you. While you was telling lies on the podium. Like, why you ever said if it's not true? Karma's intuition speak for me, so this my truth. I call my bitch and roll a blunt to get my mind blown. I lay my head behind the wheel, I'd rather ride slow. I hit my knees to pray to God to make the time slow. This life I'm living, you might wake up in the time zone that you don't recognize you too gone. Sky high flown, fresh prince of Bel-Air from LA to back home. Mama calling me like bring your ass back home. I see demons in the sky when I come back home. So it's blood in the air, it's brains on the floor. I wash away my sins, I let it rain, but it poured. My little cousin said he tryna double up the score. He just wanna catch a body cause he dying in his soul. In the meantime, maybe it might help you in the meantime. I swear this life that I'm living so fast, don't blink. You might wake up at your own funeral with the street lights. The city never felt so cold. I know you're sick and tired and it lets me know that I should
probably be on my own.
All right, this is kind of a vibe.
Maybe I should cut off my phone, cause she be calling back and that just lets me know that she don't even know what she want. Please don't intervene my life, tryna find yourself. Like fuck, I'm glad that you pulled up, but I'm busy trying to be busy. She chopped and screwed up. Her feelings too tied in, my hands they tied in. Don't know why you take advice from them people you can't trust. Ironically, I struck, hanging on every word. I say the sky turning red, she agreeing like yes sir. What is it with my luck? Bruising up on my shoulder, I carry everything. I hope the police don't pull me over. I'm slurring all of my words. Bloodstains all of my.
Love that kind of like whistle synth here. That's really nice.
Like I know you wanna go and say it first, so you can put the blame on me. Go in due time.
Nice vocal variety here too.
Cause every other few times that we do try, it's Hennessy we drinking up, become a few lies. You remember what's the last line you ever heard? She said the future never wait on anybody turns, and when it's all said and done, you get what you prefer.
Solid, pretty decent writing here too.
Goddamn, maybe I just never said a thing right.
Nice structure to it.
I swear this life that I'm living so thorough. Don't blink, you might end up at the cliff late night with the street lights. The city never felt so cold. I know you're sick and tired, and it lets me know that I should probably be on my own. I can never trust a soul for real love. Like maybe I should cut off my phone, cause she be calling back and that just lets me know that she don't even know what she want. Please don't intervene my life, tryna find yourself. Go ahead.
I got 5 dogs, the 2 can crazy one, 4 crap like Hey, me too.
Go ahead.
Hey, me.
Praying for you, objectively subjective. Good luck today.
We cooking in the kitchen.
He did cook on this one. Okay. Okay, UGM, you might be putting me on a little bit. You might be putting me on. Because this was pretty great. I think this is kind of similar to last week where you sent in one like sort of like harder DC the Dawn track, one of the more banger style of songs, and then another one that was a softer, more emotional style of track, and it was the same this week. And just like last week, I preferred the more emotional one to the banger track. However, I'm interested if I listen to the Rebirth album, if in the context of the album and getting to understand DC the Dawn more as an artist, if those harder tracks will click for me. Because I'm actually really interested in checking out the album now. Like, you have put me on. I'm going to save it to my phone. I'm going to check it out real soon, definitely before the end of the year, just in the case that it could qualify for either of my end of year lists. I think this was a really nice song. The vocals were actually really solid here as well, because I've been a bit uncertain about how I felt on DC the Dawn just as a vocalist, as a rapper, as an artist in previous tracks. And this one, I feel like his vocals were really solid. There was nice variation to them. They sounded really solid for what the track was. It had a nice hook to it. The production absolutely slapped. So shout out to CR, Devrick, Sam P, Josh, and Jane Jin. That's like 5 different producers on this, but it sounded really cool. So I'm going to give that one an 8, honestly. Shout out to DC the Dawn. I'm intrigued now. And honestly, when I listen to the album, maybe my rating for, tracks like God Level will be even higher. I think the other banger you sent last time was Venus. I think that was the one. I'm curious if I like those more on a re-listen, because I feel like that might be the case. So yeah, thank you for that one, UGM. I'm interested now. I'm interested. I feel like it will be a good listen to understand more about DC the Dawn as an artist, I think. I think it will be a good album for that, and I'll get a better idea of who he is and what kind of music he makes, because like I said, this has taken me on the ride. I'm curious now. You've done it. You put me on the Rebirth train. I'm curious to see how it goes. Doesn't mean I'm going to love it, but I will check it out. Why did you stop making music? I am new. Just kind of stopped making it, the professor, but the possibility for a comeback is always there. All right. I'm doing good, Super Devil. How about you? Schmirko was saying, DC the Dawn did great too, but as a producer, I'm just noticing the production more. And it was a really cool beat, right? I feel like all the elements worked really well together. The drums were great. The strings, the sort of like whistling synth, the way that the synths built up towards, I think it was like the end of the verses. Everything worked together so well. So yeah, fantastically produced track right here. Bro been saying that for years. What, the comeback thing, Looney? There's always a chance for a comeback, though. So, thank you for those two, UGM. I am interested now. I'm certainly interested in checking out the album.